Welcome to the Join Podcast. I'm your host, Shalia.
And your host, Janina.
And today's words of affirmation says, everything and everyone won't be for you. Be okay with that.
Right. And the word of the week is resilience. Resilience is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties and toughness. Resilience is the process and outcome of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences, especially the mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and adjustment to external and internal demands.
Good word, good word. I like to think that I'm resilient.
Yeah, it's kind of like, to me, sometimes we, especially as Black women, say that the strong Black woman. I think the difference is that sometimes people are able to continue, but not actually like bouncing back. You get what I'm saying? Like they're basically surviving, so they're continuing, but they're still like suppressing all of their stuff.
Mhm.
But I think with resilience, it's like it affected you, you dealt with it, but you went back, you got back to where you was originally. You know what I mean?
Right.
But to recover, that's the difference. Is like some people are still damaged. They didn't recover.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. That's
So yeah,
true.
being resilient is hard. You know,
Yeah.
um, I think in some instance I was resilient, in some instance I was not because I was affected and I didn't address it, and you know what I mean, dealt with it. So I could have just been like surviving,
Mhm.
not dealing with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like to think I'm resilient, especially with my health stuff. Some other parts in life I'm still working on, but
Right.
especially as far as my health is concerned. So, but what's up
Most
with you? You cool?
Girl, I'm okay. Like today I thought I was chilling, but I don't know. I think I might be having like perimenopause because I've been hot as heck, sweating.
Wait,
Like
is it cold in Philly or is it warm?
today is warm, but I mean some days it's not. Some days it's cold, but I can't say that I've been cold recently. Like I personally haven't been cold recently, but
Mm.
just the amount of sweat. You know what I mean? Like just
It might just be your body clearing out that cold and stuff you just had.
Yeah, and that's when I first noticed it. So I thought it was just like that's why I originally thought I had the flu because I was like super hot, and people were like Anthony one time was like, "You hot?" Because I like put the air conditioner on. Like, "You hot?" I'm like, "Yeah, it ain't hot in here." But yeah, we'll see. But you know what? They have this new test. Did you see the commercial for it?
Mm-mm.
Like a pregnancy test to determine which part of menopause you're in.
Oh,
Like at
okay.
the store, you can pee on it.
Oh, excuse me.
I know I'm
Okay.
finna get it.
Interesting. I'm cool. I finally a while back I had bought those organizer hangers that you can hang multiple shirts and multiple pairs of pants on.
Oh,
So I finally started doing it. I got so much stuff that I'm giving away. And I'm probably just gonna take it to a shelter or something. So yeah, it's a lot. Getting rid of stuff that I've been holding on to, like, oh, I'm gonna fit this
I know.
again.
I know.
Not
Yeah,
happening.
I definitely have way more stuff I need. I mean, I got a whole bag from last weekend that we went through that of stuff that I need to still take to the Goodwill. It's like this big bag I need to take, but I have plenty more I need to give away.
Yeah,
But
doing my purge before the new year. All right, so oh, I like that drawing, or nope, I don't like that drawing. What you got this week?
I have a nope. I don't like that, John. I
Okay,
don't like when people, huh? You said
I said
okay.
okay.
I don't like when people spread misinformation. 'Cause I was like
Mm.
recently told that somebody died. And I was like, what? They did not die.
Why
So
people be so quick to kill people off?
I
I don't
don't know.
understand it.
I literally do not know. And I'm just like, it's enough people literally dying. Like
Hmm.
for people to be dying through messages. Like, what?
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So
I do
I
know.
got a oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh. So I got a I like that joint for this week, and I think you had mentioned to me the R&B Money podcast, and I went on there and
I
I
know you
came,
did. I know I got it from you.
maybe, but
That's
I watched the Jay Valentine. That episode is so long,
oh, he had his own
but
episode.
yeah, he had his own episode.
Oh, okay.
Learned so much about him, his life. His brother was actually on there as like the stand-in host while he was being interviewed. It was
Oh,
really
okay.
good. Yeah, it was long though. I didn't finish it. It's like 3 or 4 hours, but they like
Girl, I thought Joe Budden put out a 3-hour episode. I'm like, they was dying. 3 hours.
well, with
Jesus.
all this stuff that's going on with which I ain't get into Melissa Ford, I could believe it. 'Cause
Yeah, we can talk about that.
I don't really know that much,
In current events.
but yeah.
In current events, I'll tell you because I found out really what was going on today.
Oh, okay. All right. So who got your money this week? Who? What you buy?
Girls. So last week, I can't remember what day it was. Maybe it was Thursday. I walked past so the charger on my laptop is like kind of, like I have to walk past the door. Like it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like my entryway, like where I walk past the desk. And I tripped on the cord and broke the darn charger.
For your
So
Mac or for your
where my Mac. I don't have my
uh,
other laptop. I never got that fixed. But the cord, like not not the block, the cord. So I had to
mhm.
buy a new cord. And then I plugged it up today, and it was taking forever to charge. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to use my iPad. And then
Yeah,
right when I was starting to set up my iPad, it came on. So that's the thing about the MacBook I noticed is that like if that mug is dead,
it's
that mug
dead.
be like, listen, I'm going to come on when I feel like it, not like a regular PC. As soon as you plug it in, it starts and the lights up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that MacBook like I'm dead. You gonna wait because it was
Mhm.
like it was at least because I plugged it up before I left to go take my son. It was at least like 20 minutes that it didn't come on. And I was like, oh my God, is this cord not working? But it came on at the last minute, thank God. And
Okay.
then I
That's
bought
good.
like a the blocks, the power plug blocks that has like the outlets on it. Then it also has like the USB things
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
it. So I had bought Ava one because she was using her dad's. But yeah, that's
Oh,
really I feel like all I bought besides groceries. Yeah, I spent a
okay.
lot of money in groceries this week.
Mhm. Groceries high as hell.
Huh?
I said groceries high as hell.
Girl, listen, I went to Save a Lot. I got ground beef. And just because I was going to cook, just because like you ever be like, all right, I'm gonna just run to this one store to get the food for what I'm cooking right now, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
That was the only reason I paid that much money for that meat. 11.99 for 2 pounds of ground beef. Because I was like, I don't feel like going to another store. All that I'm already here. I got most of all my other ingredients because was making tacos.
Oh, okay.
11.99.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And
That's
Save a
crazy.
Lot. They
I
and
know,
they
right?
don't even have like the old school the long joints. They didn't even have
Yeah. Everywhere is expensive, girl. Everywhere.
well, Walmart is
Can't
doing pretty good though, I think. Walmart is probably
And
okay.
Aldi, I feel like Aldi is still good too.
Oh, you're right. I should have went to Aldi. I ordered then that was on I think Friday. And then today I ordered some groceries from Walmart. But
Okay.
they had like a sale for $0 express delivery. It was $0.
Okay. Cool. Um, I bought I bought my Secret Santa gift because we doing Secret Santa next week at my job. We having a little It's a little Christmas party because we don't have that many people, but
Oh,
we
that's
having a
what's up.
Christmas party. So we did Secret Santa. So I bought that.
Were y'all
And
having it at?
Papados seafood restaurant.
Ooh, okay. I've never been there. When I come to
Really?
Atlanta, yeah, when I come to Atlanta, we're
It's
gonna go there.
so good. I can't wait.
She would say girly. No.
No,
Yeah.
I thought you've been.
Mm-mm. First of all, I ain't been to Atlanta in 50 years, but I'm coming 2024. I'm coming.
All right, so you gotta hit this joint up is where we highlight a small business. And this week we're highlighting a business called Queen and Rook. And Queen and Rook is a game cafe in Philadelphia. And it's the number one rated and award winning board game cafe with a full restaurant and bar, a retail game shops. They have events and they have youth programming. They also have a retro video game arcade. This is a cool spot. I gotta go visit
It's
it
like a
when I
husband
get
and
back.
wife, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they
That's
have
why.
vegan and vegetarian
Mhm.
food. And they're supposed to have the largest selection of board games in this space.
Mhm.
They're located at 613 South 2nd Street. And they're supposed to open up another location, which will strictly be like the retro video game cafe, but I don't think they're open yet. Um,
That's like Northern Liberties or
it was gonna be on South Street. Well, where they at is like Northern Liberties, but the game arcade was supposed to be like strictly the game arcade was supposed to be on South Street, but I don't know
mhm.
if they officially opened it yet. Um, so you can find them on Instagram at Queen Rook Cafe, and that's QUEENROOK Cafe. So make sure y'all check them out and hit them up. It sounds like a cool place to hang out and um have some food and play some games if you want to hang out with your friends or make it a couple's night or something like that.
Mm. Yeah, that's fine. So this week for horoscope, I'm doing Aries. Um,
The best sign is the first sign.
so, um, so, so for love, when your fiery, passionate, and adventurous nature meets up with Scorpio's intensity, the results can be. This is for singles. I'm sorry. When your fiery, passionate, and adventurous nature meets up with Scorpio's intensity, the results can be magnetic, and irresistible. If you've been talking to someone new lately, be very honest about your sexual wants and needs and make sure they match up. Dang.
Well, Aries are upfront, so
More exciting energy shows up with the new moon in exciting Sagittarius on the 12th. So get ready to expand your knowledge about love. This is the perfect time to listen to a podcast about how to be more romantic or watch videos that can help you improve your sexual technique. Being open to suggestions leads to fun new experiences. Okay, Aries with the sexual.
hilarious.
And for health, it's that time of year again. As the holiday season rolls around, it becomes more difficult to keep off the pounds and feel motivated to exercise. Not
Mhm.
only will you be busy, but you'll also be celebrating. So it's helped to put your well being first. If you can cope with intermittent fasting or certain days of the week, this might be a good way to avoid the holiday weight gain. It's especially the case if you combine the fasting with exercise. Make it a point to work out on a regular basis, drink plenty of water, and get enough sleep. Then you can enjoy yourself to the max without feeling guilty. And for money,
Okay.
and for money, you're unbeatable now. Opportunities come to you easily, and you're reveling in the cash you can earn, win, and save. It's all expanding and lucky for you. So make sure you have what you need in order to handle it responsibly. Since your career and authority figures are affected, the money you're likely to bring in is large and potentially life changing. It's a great week to be you. Mm.
Damn. Okay.
Okay,
Let
let
me
me
get
borrow a couple
ready for this.
dollars.
Let me get ready for this overflow that's about to come. Maybe it's gonna be an extra good Christmas bonus.
Girl.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. So we're gonna get into this week's episode topic. And this week's episode topic is sibling rivalry. How do you deal with it? Do you have it? Um, woof, child.
I mean, I personally feel like I had a sibling rivalry without me being a participant. Like I don't know that my sisters feel a certain way until like it's an argument or a blow up.
Mhm.
So, or more recently, with one of my sisters, I know just by little things that she may say, or my parents will tell me that she says. So it's like it's a rivalry, but at the end of the day, it's no competition. You get what I'm saying? Like there's no neither one of them are my competition. They're not
Mhm.
my competition because we're sisters, but they're also not my competition because we're all three completely different people. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like it's not really a competition, but also because I'm the baby. For me, I'm going to look at it differently. You get what I'm saying? Because I only know life with them, as opposed to them, they know life without me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So they have a before and an after. I don't know what they're expecting. Like from what I know, my mother was a different mother when she was 18, 19, 20, 21, as opposed to when she was 30, 31, 32.
Right.
So, you know, they always will say, me being a baby and us being so far apart, growing up is like you got it easy, blah, blah, blah. That's that. Like I said,
Hilarious. Yeah.
I mean,
Um, growing up with so I grew up in a household with three sisters, and I could say we always, cause we grew up in a small house, so we only had one bathroom, so it was always something going on. But I feel like when my mom was alive, that it was contained. Like she didn't allow stuff to go on for a long time or anything like that. It was like apologize to your sister, make up or whatever. But after she passed away, that wasn't the case anymore, and it just
y'all
like
didn't have a mediator.
yeah, or anybody that well, I'm not going to say that. I'm gonna say the person that we live with, they didn't really shut it down. It's like they fed off of it. So, um, but there were other people in my family who, when we were after my mom passed away, we were at odds, tried to like set stuff up, or like if I was going out with them, they would invite my sister or be like, "Oh, and I would be like, "No, if she come, I'm not coming."
Oh my God, you would be like that?
Yeah, because
That's crazy.
I felt like you and I, because I don't know if you feel like this, but I don't like when people invite, like, say you be like me and you going out, and then you invite somebody else that I don't know or I'm not cool with, and then it kind of changes the energy. You know what I mean? So, for instance, my
It's your
sisters,
sister. It's your sister. So,
they try to make things about them though. And
mm.
I feel like they don't take accountability for their actions. They just point the finger at you said this and you said that. Well, what did you say to make me say that? Or what did you make me do to do that? You know what I mean? So
But
a few times, hmm,
do you think because I feel like women have the reputation of being catty, like, do you think that that sometimes is what comes into play when like sisters are always because like I watch the Kardashians and Kim and Courtney are always like competing, but do you think
see, I
women are
never felt
naturally
like
catty?
I don't. It depends. I don't feel like it was ever a competition. I do know that my sister that's a little bit older than me, my mom always dressed us alike and did our hair alike and stuff. Cause and so growing up, people always be like, "Are y'all twins? Are y'all twins?" And even
Mhm,
as adults, sometimes we're so much alike that we don't like each other. I think that has a lot to do with it because
mhm,
even like as adults, sometimes we would go out and we would just have on like the same color schemes or the
mhm.
same things and stuff like that. So it was like, oh, y'all twins, even as young adults. And my
Mhm.
sister would always be like, no, I'm the oldest. Like she didn't like it or whatever. And I'm
Right, but
like,
she's only like 2 years older, right?
um, no, she's I'm 43. She's 46.
Mm.
2 3 years, maybe she might be 47. I don't know. I don't keep up with their ages anymore. But so it was always like a big thing. Or like if people be like, "Who the oldest?" Because people would sometimes think I was the oldest, and she'd be like, "No." Like she would always be like, "That is my little sister." I'm like, "I'm not your little
Right,
sister. I'm your younger
right,
sister." It
younger
was just
sister.
always like a competition, like on her
Yeah,
end. But for me, it was just like
right.
I looked up
But
to
like
my
I said
sisters.
before, right, she lived a life without you. So like that's what sometimes it'd be like, well, I was the baby. Like before you came, she was the baby.
But not for that long though. She was still a baby when I
But
was
either way, if
born.
she's 5, either way, if she's 5 and you're 2, you're probably getting most of the attention. She's 5. You're probably getting most of the attention.
Yeah, I guess. I never looked at it that way. But I just
Yeah.
feel like we're grown now. Like we all have our own lives. We're doing our own things. And like, there was times that we got together and things were good, but I don't know. My one sister, she's so particular about stuff that is just so annoying that you don't even want to go to her house. You don't want to get in her car. It's like
What's
you
her sign
always
again?
feel like she on a cusp. She like Capricorn Aquarius. She
Mhm.
like the last day of Capricorn, the beginning of Aquarius.
Mhm.
But it's like you almost feel uncomfortable. Like you gotta watch everything you do. It's like
Yeah.
you ever seen like the commercials where you go to sit there in your cup and the person be like, "Here's a coaster," or
Mhm.
you ever go
Right.
to do and they be like, "No, do this, do that,"
Right.
and it's just like
Mhm.
you
Controlling.
feel like you feel like
That's
you
how
can't
Capricorns are
relax,
though. Capricorns
huh?
are like that. Capricorns are
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's
Like
like you
they
can't
want things to
relax.
be their way. Like they want their
Mhm.
and they're very one thing I will say about Capricorns, they're very what's the word? Like persistent. Like if they want to do something, they're gonna do it.
They are, they
It
are.
don't even matter, good or bad. Because my kids is Capricorns, and my son, you could tell him no, nothing. He will find a way around it. It
Yeah.
don't matter.
So I don't know. I just feel like now at the point that I am in my life, because I've been doing the work on myself and realizing some things. And so I can admit now when I'm wrong. But what good is it doing if the other person is just like, yeah, you were wrong and like not accepting of your apology. So it's like, well, what do I keep apologizing for if you just still are gonna come at me with like a nasty attitude and stuff. So I don't
Right.
know. But,
Yeah.
later on in life, I found out I had other siblings, and I mean, Imma say I still don't really know them. It's
Mm.
weird. So,
Mhm.
I don't know. I think if I lived in Philadelphia, that I would probably spend more time with them and get to know them, but because I
Mhm.
live in Georgia, I think that's not gonna happen, and it's unfortunate, but, I mean, I look at it
Yeah.
like, well, at least I know they're my siblings.
But I think it takes two. Like, I mean, if both people are being intentional with building that relationship, I think it can work no matter where you are, especially with technology now. Like, if people be on catfish and they be and they be building relationships with people who they never FaceTime, then y'all could do it. It would take both parties to be intentional. Like, oh, I ain't talked to my sister in a couple of days, let me call her, vice versa. But I mean, I think it's possible with being
It
long
is
distance.
possible. I just think that I don't know how they feel. I know initially me and my brother were corresponding a lot. I know my sister is very sickly and she stays in and out of the hospital, so
Mhm.
I don't really have no expectations of it. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I'm glad I know they're my siblings. Um, if I ever have anything, I'll try to invite them to it. My brother was engaged and was planning the wedding, but it didn't work out because he was, planning to invite me to his wedding.
Oh,
But
when's the last time you talked to him?
probably a couple weeks ago, he texted me.
Okay.
So, but I just feel like my sibling rivalry, like it's old. Like we either going get it together or just y'all stay over there and I stay over here. Cause I don't feel like all of that. I don't know if it's cattiness. I think it's people in my family that have put us against each other or have made me out to be like the black sheep. It's like, oh,
But
she
I
need
think
to
it's the
go to
matter.
therapy,
I
and
think it's
I'm the
the
one that's
matter
going to
of
therapy.
yeah, but I think it's the matter of how you look at your sisterhood, right? So if all of y'all looked at your sisterhood like nobody can come between us, you get what I'm saying? Like it don't matter. It don't. It never was that. I don't feel like the sisterhood was never a priority. Like the mommy's gone, it's just us. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
No, it was like that in the beginning. In
mhm.
the beginning, after my mom passed away, it
But as
was. But
adults, I mean, I'm
again,
sorry, as
well,
adults,
it started as teenagers because again, we lived with a person who separated us.
yeah,
Like my sister, like me and my younger sister, we were made to share a room and just do things that my other sister wasn't made to do. Like she had her own room. She was able to put a lock on it. Nobody couldn't go near her stuff. She had special food. Like it was just a favoritism thing. And so that's when it all started.
mm.
It was
Do
like,
you feel
oh,
like
she
you
got.
all was like really close when your mother was alive?
Yeah, we were. We were,
Mm,
because, like I said, I mean, my mom did stuff with all of us. My mom made sure, like if something was going on, that it didn't linger. But this other person, it was just like, oh, fight it out. Or, like, I don't know if I told you a story about how I used to steal my sister clothes because my sister used to work and she used to have nice clothes. So I used to steal her clothes. And she would call my well, I'ma just say it's my aunt, because y'all gonna find out in the autobiography, but she would call my aunt, and my aunt would tell her, like, "Go in the classroom and make her take your clothes off." Like, how
toxic.
humiliating, how
Just
how
toxic.
mean of a person would you have to be to tell, like, we could have handled it when we got home, anything. So then I was embarrassed in front of my classmates. I
Mm.
had to go to, like, the lost and found and pick out some clothes. Like, that's so
What?
embarrassing. So,
Are
yes.
you serious? What was it, like a shirt? What was it?
Yeah, it was mainly shirts. I never wore her pants. I don't think we fit the same size pants. But yeah, it would be like a shirt or a belt or something, just something that wasn't that serious. Cause it wasn't like you had designer stuff. It was like I understood it later, like this is your stuff and I shouldn't be touching it or I should ask you. But at the same time, me and my other sister share clothes. So it was like a norm to us, like, oh, can I wear this today? You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
But with her, it was like she was treated better than us. So that's how she thought she was. She always, even now, she thinks she's better than us. It's like, well, I got this and I got that, and I helped y'all get this and I helped y'all get that, and y'all don't have nothing. And you wouldn't have nothing because of me. And this was said recently. Like,
Right,
when she was about to get married, it was like, oh, so we never did nothing for you.
right.
So, like I said, that's why I was like, okay, you stay over there in your little bubble because the way you think is not how the world works. And some of the stuff that she says and does is like, live a little, get outside in the world. Like,
Yeah.
I can remember a time where we were talking about sewing, and just an example of how she just like a airhead sometimes, and nothing against her because she is book smart. But her, and my aunt were talking, and I was saying because at the time my hair was short, but I was getting a sewing, and I was like, yeah, I just usually get them to add extension hair into my braids so that the braids won't come out and they'll be a little longer.
Right.
She's like, people do that, like. And then you seen that like picture that goes around on Facebook where people like, it's so hot. I baked chocolate chip cookies on my windshield. She thought it was true. just stuff like that. It's like, girl, where are you living in a different times? I don't know. So I came to the point through therapy that I'm okay with it. It hurts sometimes, especially when I see other people with their sisters and how their relationships go. But then I see other people who I know and they're not close to their sisters either. So I guess it's give or take.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody dynamics. That's why, like, your sibling is first most of the time like your first friend, your first relationship. So I don't know. I think everybody's like, I know my sisters, they're full blood sisters, and they fought all the time, like as young adults. They used to physically fight. Like, I mean, I personally would never put my hands on either one of my sisters. You know what I mean? So everybody is different, but they definitely used to fight. But a lot of times it stemmed from my older sister. I think I feel like that was around a time where maybe because I personally think my sister is bipolar, but I think during that time, like she would like not take care of her kids and stuff like that. So that's most of the time why her and my sister would get in an argument and start fighting. But I like me personally, I've never gotten to a physical fight with either one of my sisters. But then again, they're only what 3 years apart, also, like y'all.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, as a child, like it's just like years, age gaps is different. Like, you know what I mean? When you're 8 and somebody's 11, 11-year-old probably feel like this little 8-year-old, she don't get out of here.
Right, right,
But
yeah.
you 43 and somebody 46, y'all practically, the same. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I think a lot of times it's just like people got to do their own work. You got to do your own work, regardless of what kind of
Definitely.
relationship it is. But I wish. I mean, I guess in one perspective, I don't regret not having a closer relationship with my sisters because I feel like we just don't have nothing in common like that. When I was younger, I had a closer relationship, but I don't have as much as a close relationship. My other sister, I barely talk to her, but I love her to death. You know what I mean? She knows
Mhm.
I love her to death or whatever. But it's no animosity towards her. It's just that we don't really talk like that.
Right.
um, and my other sister, I talk to her not as much as I used to. I used to talk to my sister every day, but I don't talk to her. Just that sometimes you get older, people grow apart, you know.
Mhm.
But like I would never have any ill will towards them. But the sibling rivalry, a lot of times it goes for a long time. Like people die. People die
Yeah.
with like having animosity towards that sibling, maybe because of something that they did when they were like I know my dad. My dad is about to be 70 years old, and I know he still be talking about stuff that he did when he was a little kid. Like, yeah, because my mom took my money, my mom took my money, da da da. Like he still be talking about stuff that him and his siblings did or whatever. But I guess like my kids, they are 7 years apart and they still fight
Mhm.
all the time.
I think the fighting, I'm not gonna say it's natural, but it's bound to happen at times. You know what I'm saying? Um, everybody's like, something's gonna happen where you're gonna get mad at your sibling. It could be over toys. It could be over the smallest thing. But
Right.
that I think that just happens. That's a part of growing pains, growing up with your siblings, things like that. Um, like my sisters, even though like right now we're not on good terms, but can't nobody come to me and talk bad about them to me. But that's not the same for them because they've let people,
Right.
family members, come to them and talk bad about me and act like it didn't happen. I'm like, well, damn, like you let this person talk about me like a dog, and then you act like it didn't even happen when I come tell you about it. Like, well, I guess, like I really don't mean nothing to you. So that's the part that hurts the most because can't nobody come to me and be like dogging my sister out or saying anything about her, and I'm just gonna sit there and listen. Mm-mm. But everybody's different. It's it's honestly eye opening that we all grew up in the same household, but
Right.
all of us have a whole different view of what really happened in that household growing
Oh
up. You know
wow.
what I
Yeah.
mean? So, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know. I've watched different people and the way that they're like. But like one of my friends, it seems like her and her siblings are really close. It seems like they never have any issues. Like they're always, doing things together. A lot of times some people bond. Like I think in your case it was the opportunity to create a great bond through traumatic events that happen in your childhood. I think in some people cases that can bring them together and they can tear them apart. It just really
Mhm.
depends on like what the people around you are doing, because sometimes adults as children, when children are going through traumatic things with their parents, it is helpful if the support system is like, no, that's your sister. No matter what, you make sure you do. You know what I mean? Like you
Right.
do. Like me, I definitely want to, and I do instill that. Like y'all can fight amongst each other, but y'all don't let nobody else come in.
Mhm.
You know. So like if that was
We
the support,
were. Yeah,
but
like
I'm saying
growing
if
up,
if
we
the
were
aunt was
like that.
supporting that, yeah.
Yeah.
But if the aunt was saying that, like y'all don't need to be fighting over a belt, you can just curse her out when she come home. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like it's just like the support system because you guys are still growing as humans. So
Mhm.
a lot of times it's just that some people, toxic people around, can affect that relationship.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. Now, my stepsister, I can say since I've been in Georgia, her and I's relationship has grown a lot. But I'ma say we always did have a good relationship because I lived with them my senior year in high school. Probably my 11th grade going into my senior year, I lived with them. But I feel like since I moved, our relationship is better. Like we literally text every other day or like little stuff. She be like, I'm just thinking about you. So our relationship ironically has grown, and I think her relationship with her biological sister is not as good either. So
Yeah.
it just depends. It just depends on people's personalities, if they're willing to work through their trauma, heal, realize like there's no beef over here. There's literally no beef, and we can all move on and live happily ever after. Because I don't feel no type of way at the end of the day. So, but I'm not gonna keep apologizing and trying to make it right, and I'm the only person that's putting forth that effort. You know what I mean? Because at the
Right.
end of the day, it becomes like, well, why am I the only one and y'all sitting back still stuck? And like I said earlier, it's like they like she need to go to therapy. She got so much anger and hurt, and literally, I'm the only one that's in therapy. None of y'all have went to therapy. I've invited them to come to therapy sessions.
Hmm.
So at this point, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just like in the movie. I mean, the show that I'm watching, Black Cake. It's like
Uh-huh.
dynamics of brothers and sisters too. Like when their parents died and stuff. And it's like you can't go back in time. It's like sometimes people do things out of selfish reasons, and then when it's too late to take it back, they have regret. But I just think having a sibling is a blessing. A lot of people have to deal with life by themselves. Like that's one of the reasons why I didn't want my kids to be the only child, because like if I get sick, something happened to me, I didn't want to put that burden on one person. But
Mhm.
um I think that some people have really like vindictive siblings that that like tear their life apart. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, we can't choose our siblings.
We can't choose our family, period. I mean, you can, because I've literally made my friends my family. So,
Right, but you know, people who share the same parent or parents with you, you don't have no
but
saying.
if my ex, that's why at this point, both of my parents are no longer alive. So
Right.
that's why I'm like, I just feel like if you're not willing, because it's not just
That's what I'm
one
saying, but like
person's
the death of
fault.
the last parent, like the death of the last parent would have been probably easier to digest and deal with if you two weren't, you two were on good, if both parties was on the same page. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Because again, it's just, and I've accepted how she is, but she hasn't accepted how I am. That's why I said it can't just be one party. You got to
Right.
be willing, even just in general, like in relationships and friendships, we both have to acknowledge the part that we played. You can't just point the finger all the time. Like, what part did you play in this? So, and I don't think my siblings are willing to do that at this point in their life. They're okay with pointing the finger. And
So are all
again,
three of them talking, and it's just you not talking to any of them? Do all three
oh
of them talk?
no, no. Um, Last I heard, the two oldest were talking, and then the youngest one talks to nobody. I don't talk to anybody.
Oh,
So, but my oldest sister, she has so hardly nobody in the family speaks to her. That's why I'm surprised that I don't know, but that's not my call. But hardly nobody in the family speaks to her. It's just so much drama around that, lying, stealing, all that kind of stuff that you don't even want to be around. So, but I keep hope alive. I pray about it. Hope maybe one day things will turn around. But if not, like I said, I've come to accept it, that it being is what it is, because I look at my boyfriend's relationship with his sister. It's just him and his sister. And like they're the closest everything. It's like now that he's in Georgia, she's in Philly, she'll call him and be like, I miss you. I want to see you. Remember, we used to do like just memories of them. And he does the same thing. So it's like, I wish we could have
yeah,
had that, but we
right.
don't.
Yeah, I do think that sometimes the dynamics of only him and her. I think sometimes two people is a little easier.
Well, he has other siblings on his by his dad, but he's not
Okay.
as close to them because again, he didn't
But
find
like
out
that
about
growing
them
up, it
till
was just
later.
him and his sister.
Yeah, it was just him and his sister.
Right. That's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. It's just one person, You only gotta do
Yeah,
it. One person, one other person. That's it.
yeah,
All these other people.
right.
But I think that's what that one person is cool. Just me and you. That's it. That's
Yeah,
cool. I
ride or die.
always wanted a brother. I never
Yeah,
got.
well,
I never got that. I was waiting for. I was waiting for 23 and Me to pop up with
you
some brother.
stupid. Your dad ain't got
What is
your
that
mom
about?
or your
Why
dad.
he
Don't
gotta
have
be loyal?
your mom or your dad
Where's
don't
the
have
outside
no
kid?
kids out there.
Where's
Like,
the outside
stop.
kid? They could be outside
No.
kids before he met my mom.
Girl, no. You're his only child. Sit down.
That's ridiculous.
Biological. You're his only biological child. Sit
That's
down.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. What is he doing? Get your numbers up.
Listen. No, he okay. Where he at? Leave him alone. So yeah, I
No.
just feel like, you know, if you have siblings and you're close to them, value that. Um, you know, I'm still trying to, it's not something that I like, but again, I'm at the point in my life where I've accepted it. Um, I've used it to grow. I've used it to figure out the things that in ways that I don't want to be or how I don't want to be, to other people. Cause after my mom died, like that's why I said it's weird how all of us grew up in the same households, but our view of what happened or how things went are all totally, totally different. So just interesting. But you know. Be like, this happened and that happened, and I experienced this, and be like, no, you didn't. How are you going to tell me what I saw, what I experienced?
Yeah. That's
So,
how it is. That's how it be in a lot of perspectives.
yeah, yeah. But cherish it. Like I said, when I watched the Venus and Serena documentary and I seen how close they were. It made me a little sad. It made me a little sad. But
Mm.
life goes on, and like I said, I continue to pray that one day some things will open up and at least we'll be able to have a civilized conversation because we can't even do that right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
It is. And like I said, I've accepted it. I've accepted it. So I have my sisters, not my sisters, but my sisters who are my friends that I've had for years. And so I embrace that and just, you know, whoever comes in along the way, I accept them as well.
Do you got anybody blocked?
No, I
Oh,
don't have
okay.
nobody blocked. They got me blocked though. I try to call every now and then, but I'm blocked.
Oh, oh, that's sad.
No, it's not. It's reality. I'm
I
okay
wouldn't
with
call no
it.
more. I wouldn't call nobody
Huh?
if they done block me. Said
Well,
I
I
wouldn't call
really be
nobody if they
trying to
block
call.
me.
I really be trying to call my niece and nephew. That's who I be trying to call.
You can't call it.
For
Oh,
real,
they
for
you
real.
blocked on their phone? Don't they have their own phone?
Yes. Yeah, they got their own phone, but as long as they mind paying for it, I'm blocked.
That's so weird.
Girl, it's that's what I'm saying. That whole it's just petty. So it is what it is. I don't understand. I don't understand it, but again, I've come to accept it. It is what it is. So, you got any last thoughts?
No, no, not really. Just I mean, you at the end of the day, everybody has to do what makes them happy, also. And um, it's unfortunate that everybody can't like let shit go. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, some people just can't let certain shit go because
Mhm.
it, everything like if you're not here tomorrow, they can't fucking take any of that shit back. That's why people realize like that's the part that in your situation is hard when like you actually could have died, and it's like you still don't give a fuck.
Heck
All
no.
that shit, all that shit shouldn't matter no more.
They don't even it's listen,
It's
they
like
don't even really
all of that.
know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you can be have beef, but when real stuff is going on, you get what I'm saying? It's like, okay, let's put all that aside. We sisters, this is what we gonna do. You know what I mean? But again, everybody don't deal with their trauma and don't get the help
Mhm.
that they need in order to process reality. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's just like delusional. Like sometimes people just
It
be,
is
you know what I mean?
delusional. It's
Like
a lot
you
of
really think I don't
delusion.
like you? Like you know what I mean? It's like sometimes things just be delusional. But
It is.
um,
But then
for
if it's a person putting it in your mind and you're manipulated and you believe them, then that's another whole different demon. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, if you came out like y'all all came out the same place, you know what I mean? Y'all all like nobody else in the world can say, "Oh, I actually lived inside the same lady she lived in for 10 months or whatever." Nobody else can say that. Like,
yeah, it is. It don't matter to like you said. But yeah, so we're going to get into our lyrics and close out our episodes like we always do. So what's your lyrics for this week?
mine is "It Takes Two" by Rob Bass. That's my song.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
Oh God, is it frozen? Am I frozen?
You are.
Okay, I don't get it, but you
I
can
can
still hear
still
me.
hear you though. Yeah.
Okay, so "It Takes Two." I stand alone. Don't need anyone because I'm Rob. Just came to have fun. Don't need friends that act like fools because I'm Rob Face, the one who knows about things that make you get weary. Don't cheer me. Just hear me out because I got the clout. Shot hole before I turn the party out. Let me just stop there.
Yeah,
That song is
child.
so good. Why wasn't his career bigger? Like,
Yeah, that song is so good. Especially when you sit back, like when you sit back and look at the lyrics, like read the lyrics of songs, because you know when you be in the moment and singing them, you don't really like get it. But when you sit back and look at the lyrics, you be like, oh. But
girl, I was listening to, oh my God. I was coming home and Me and My B came on by Biggie Smalls. In there, he
Oh,
said something about sucking the girl's dad's penis because I was like, "What? I
what?
never heard that." Yes, he didn't say penis though. Yes, he was saying something like he liked her so much that he would do that. It was something like that.
Oh, I
I
might
was
have to go
like,
back
"Oh
and listen to that song. That's horrible. Okay.
what? That's like that's a little far."
Like, ooh,
I
okay.
was like, "That's a little far now."
Yeah. So my lyrics are from Window Seat by Erica Badu. And the lyrics say, "So can I get a window seat? Don't want nobody next to me. I just want a ticket out of town, a look around, and a safe touchdown. Can I get a window seat? Don't want nobody next to me. I just want a chance to fly, a chance to cry, and a long bye bye." Sometimes that's how I be feeling. I just want to get away from it all. Give me a window seat so I can see the clouds. Yes. So we're going to get out of here. We will catch you guys next week. Remember, you can find us every Wednesday on 216 The Blend. We are on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Instagram, the underscore joy underscore podcast. If you click the link in our bio, that will take you to everywhere we are. So, oh, and shout out to I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody when we were away that reached out, who sent up some prayers for us. We genuinely and truly appreciate you. Shout out to Erica. Um, she is
Yes.
always giving us words of encouragement and things like that. So we definitely appreciate you guys for reaching out, for keeping us in your prayer, for letting us know that you're glad we're back.
Thanks for
Um,
everybody who shares our page. Thanks for everybody who
yes,
spreads the word about our podcast. We appreciate all the support.
we do. So we will catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace out.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Don't leave yet. Thanks for listening to my mom and auntie. Make sure you guys follow them on Instagram at the underscore JAWN underscore podcast. On Twitter at W underscore the J. On TikTok at the JAWN A podcast. And visit our website www.jawnpod.net. Don't forget to ask the Jawn sending your listening letters to thejawnpod@gmail.com. Period.
This is the JAWN, a podcast. I love y'all. Be forward.